Hey, in this video, I'm going to cover GPS coordinates from AirFlare search tools into the Avenza GPS application for iPhone users. So we're aware that multiple teams out there are using various GPS applications like Gaia, Avenza, Onyx to view a subject location or to potentially navigate to a subject that needs assistance. This is about Avenza, the Avenza GPS application specifically, and for iPhone users. A little disclaimer, we are not the development team for Avenza. What we can do as an AirFlare team is get coordinates to the front door of Avenza in the format that Avenza wants to see those coordinates in, which is just a GPX file. What Avenza does with those coordinates, how Avenza imports those coordinates, where you have to go on your phone to find those imported coordinates, or where you have to go inside of Avenza to find those imported coordinates, that's on Avenza. All we can really do is get those coordinates to the front door, and we can also shoot short videos like this to share what we've learned and potentially some best practices to bring into your team. So in this video, I'm going to go through multiple ways of getting those coordinates into Avenza and just how to find them once they're in there. Cool. So with that, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go right to Web Console. And here we are looking at a search record. So a dispatcher has conducted a search for a subject. The subject did not have AirFlare, so a text message was sent to their phone number, and they were able to return their coordinates to the dispatch team. Bottom line, the easiest way for patrollers in the field to get those coordinates and bring them into Avenza is for those patrollers to have AirFlare Field Console on their phone. So I'll go ahead and open Field Console. This is the search that was done by dispatch. This is the record inside of Field Console. If the patroller in the field selects your subject is at this location in degrees, switching over to an UTM, excuse me, switching over to degrees, this location in degrees with a location accuracy of 8.6 meters. All right, there's two ways I'm going to do this here. The easiest for me is from here, I want to go and open my Avenza application. I want to have my base map open. And that might be a base map with whatever layer you're using as an organization, if you're using Avenza layers. I want to have all of that open first. Then I will go back to Field Console, and I will select this button down here, Open GPX. I will select the Avenza app, and you see that little waypoint right there that automatically imported for me. In order to find that, it's imported as a layer. So lower right-hand corner down here, I will open up that layer and you'll see the Field Console object was imported. If I click on that, my subject, this would be subject name if they were an AirFlare subscriber. If you did a text message, as we did here, 805-794 matches 805-794. If I click on that, there's your subject, and you can navigate to that subject. Okay, that's one way. Let's pretend you forgot to open up Avenza first. I'm going to go ahead and close everything out. I'm going to delete this waypoint that was imported. I'll go ahead and delete everything. Completely start fresh here. I'm going to go ahead and close my base map. I'm going to completely shut down Avenza. And now I'm going to pretend that I just coming back. I'm a patroller in the field. I've gotten this subject search from the dispatcher. I'm going to respond to it. I did not open Avenza first. I'm just going to go ahead and open GPX. It's going to give me the Avenza maps option. Now I'm going to open my base map. You see there's no subject here. I'm going to select this layers tab on the bottom right-hand corner. There's nothing there. I'm going to go up here to the upper right-hand corner. The coordinates were imported. I simply need to link layers. There it is, field console. I'm going to apply it. So I'm basically linking this layer into my base map. It brought it into my link layers. I can open this. There's my subject phone number, and there it is on the map. In summary, remembering to open Avenza first is ideal. It'll import it and drop it right there into linked layers. If you forget to, that's the sequence that you have to go through. You just have to go up and link that import into your base map or your map view, and you're off and running. Awesome. Let me go ahead and delete everything out of here. And I'm going to go ahead and completely shut down Avenza. And let's move on to patrollers who do not have Field Console on their phone. So we can go ahead and shut down Field Console. The dispatcher has conducted a search. There's a patroller in the field who is on an iPhone, and they have Avenza on their phone, but they do not have the AirFlare Field Console app. Your dispatcher is going to share those coordinates with you through this share feature. I've covered this in a separate video. As a patroller in the field, I'm going to check my messages. There's the messages that I received. I get coordinates in one text with the subject identification, either the phone number if it was a text request, or the subject name if they're an AirFlare subscriber. This is the link you want, the easy navigation link. If I open this, the easiest thing to do is to copy this location in decimal degrees. Avenza does not like UTM. So copy in decimal degrees with this button here. You can now go and open Avenza, open your map. There's a couple of things you can do here, and I'll do both. The first thing you can do is simply create a waypoint. This button down here, I might put a subject name in there, the name of the subject that I'm looking for, their phone number, whatever it is. And I'm going to go down to location. I'll clear out whatever location is there, and I will paste the subject location that I got from AirFlare. Okay, there's your subject displayed on a map. If I go to this layers button down here, you'll see that subject, come on, Avenza. You'll see that object was imported. There's your subject right there. Okay, easy enough. Let me go ahead and delete all of this out and start over again. So I'll delete this here. I'll delete this here. I'll completely shut down Avenza. The second way of doing this from copying this location, I'm going to go ahead and select this button again, copy in decimal degrees. I can open Avenza. I can open my base map. Now, instead of creating a waypoint with this location button over here on the lower right, I'm going to go down to the lower left and open up my toolbox. And now I'm just going to navigate to a destination. I'm going to enter coordinates. I'll clear out whatever coordinates are there. I will paste the new coordinates in and I will navigate. Okay, so put that waypoint there at those coordinates. I'm going to navigate to my subject. And then just to finish this section down here on your layers tab, you will notice that there was an object imported as a linked layer. And that is my place mark 1. That is the coordinates that I'm navigating to. And if you'd like to edit the name or what have you, you can go ahead and do that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and delete all of this stuff out. So we're starting brand new. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close out, and I'm going to completely shut down Avenza. We're starting completely over again. Okay. So as a patroller in the field, I can also push this button, open as GPX. That's the last option I'll go through. If I push open as GPX, it's going to ask me if I want to download. I'm going to select yes. I don't have Avenza open. That GPX file is simply getting downloaded to my phone. So now I can go ahead and open Avenza. I can open up my base map. There's no waypoint there. If I go over to the layers tab, you'll notice also that there's no layers there. That GPX file was downloaded to my phone, so I've got to go get it. I'm going to go ahead and select this positive button, this plus button. I'm going to import layers. Okay, so I clicked on the plus button, upper right hand. I'm going to import layers. It's going to ask me from where? From storage, because it was popped onto my phone. I'm going to make sure I'm on the Recents tab. So you'll see the option Shared. You'll see the options Browse. I want to be far left, the Shared tab. There's my GPX file at 6:13 p.m. Matches 6:14 p.m. Matches on my phone 6:14 p.m. I'm going to select that file. I'm going to open. And it just popped that in as an object with my subject phone number. And I can go ahead and I can navigate to, it pops it on the map, and I'm off and running. Awesome. Let me stop sharing and come back to here. So that's what I wanted to share. That is Avenza for iOS users. I'll have a separate video for Android users. It's slightly different. Cheers.